Feeling excited?
Oh yes.
Oh, yes. I am. Very nice.
Los Angeles City College. Go LACC! Welcome, honored guests, friends, faculty, staff, and our reason for being here are the graduates of the class of 2016. It is my great pleasure to join you at the commencement ceremony at Los Angeles City College. You are all examples of the college mission at Los Angeles City College. You have achieved your goal, and today we celebrate with you and take this opportunity to congratulate you, the class of 2016. Please stand for the national anthem performed by our own Los Angeles City College music major who is graduating today, Owen Flanagan.
I don't know. Maybe you did something wrong. Huh? You give up like that?
Another round of applause. Please be seated. Today, not only you've accomplished your goal of completing your Associate of Arts degrees, you've joined a distinguished list in becoming alumni of Los Angeles City College. And today we celebrate with you and your family this outstanding accomplishment. I wish you continued success in all of your future endeavors, and I ask that you come back and visit your alma mater, Los Angeles City College. I'd like to introduce our platform party. I'd first like to introduce board member of the Los Angeles Community College District of Trustees, Mike Fong. Vice Chancellor for Economic and Workforce Development, Los Angeles City College District, Dr. Felicito Caihan. Our commencement speaker, my friend, Senator Holly Mitchell. Dr. Dan Walden, Vice President of Academic Affairs. Dr. Daniel Warner, Academic Senate President. Dr. John Alomine, Vice President of Administration. Dr. Regina Smith, Vice President of Student Services. Bryant Woodard, Associate Student Government President. Brett Anderson, valedictorian. Before we continue, I want to let everyone know that we have a photo opportunity with Cubby, see Cubby, our mascot, at the entrance of the Greek Theater after the ceremony. Now I'd like to introduce our first two speakers to welcome you. First, Trustee Mike Fong, member of the Los Angeles Community College District Board of Trustees.
You dreamed a dream and you made it a reality. You fought a good fight and you won. And for some of you, it wasn't easy. It may have been like a boxing match and you were knocked down with the ref standing over you doing the 10 count. Maybe you didn't look too good in the fight. But what matters is that you didn't stay there. You got up. Some of you had to crawl to get up. You had to pull yourself up, but you got up. That's what matters. And I want to say to you, this is not the end. I can say it's the end, but it's not. It's the beginning. It's a time for you to have new challenges. A time for you to have new horizons. To have new dreams. To dream the impossible dream. To fight the unbeatable foe. To bear with unbearable sorrow. And to run where the brave dare not go. To right the unrightable wrong. And to love pure and chaste from afar. To try when your arms are too weary. To reach the unreachable star. This is my quest to follow that star. be better for this. Ooh, that woman, oh woman, scarred and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable, the unreachable, the unreachable star. Y'all did it. Y'all did it. Malcolm, you did it. Hey! I'll always dream the impossible dream, and I'll reach the unreachable star. Congratulations, class of 2016, you did it.
Well, I want to thank our partners who assisted us to get you here. I want to thank our instructional faculty. Give them a round of applause. Our counseling faculty. I want to thank our parents, our aunts. Give them a round of applause. Our uncles, our grandparents, our siblings, our ancestors, and our neighbors, because they are here to help you and partner with you, and you had to stand on their shoulders to get here, so make sure you give them a round of applause. Students graduating summa cum laude were invited to compete to represent the class of 2016 as the honors student speaker. This year we had compelling and passionate speeches that touched our hearts and souls. The selection committee had a hard choice to make. All of these students really captured the mission of Los Angeles City College. I would like to recognize one exceptional student who participated in this process. Please stand when I call your name. Brett Anderson. Brett, I want to thank you for sharing your story, and I want to congratulate you for maintaining a 4.0 GPA. But you know, Britt had to close the deal. She couldn't just get a 4.0 GPA. Britt will be transferring to Stanford University as a psychology major. It is with great honor and pleasure that I introduce our 2016 valedictorian and student speaker, Brett Anderson. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi. Brett! How are you guys doing? You feeling good? Are you excited to be graduating? So am I. Actually, for years, I've been dying to get on this very stage. Since middle school, I've been a performing musician, and I've performed on stages all around the world. I even lived on this street on Vermont, 5 blocks that way, for 10 years, and I've never made it onto this stage until right now. And all I had to do was change my life completely. So I'm especially honored to be here at our commencement from Los Angeles City College. Finals are over. Who's happy about that? Yeah. And it's time to celebrate. It's also time to commemorate all the hard work we've done to get here and to thank all the amazing people who supported us along the way. If you're one of those people, thank you so much for coming here. You have no idea how much it means to us that you came to support us, and we could not have done it without you. Is that right? It's okay to thank them, guys. Graduates, I want to take a minute to look back at some of the choices that we made that brought us to this day. We made sacrifices for school. We passed up job opportunities. We even missed family milestones. Even the little decisions like skipping breakfast to make it to class on time were important because they brought us to this point today. If you can recall every time that you stood at a fork in the road and you chose not to take the easy path, then you can appreciate how much it means to have made it here today. And I want to say congratulations. Looking back at the choices that I've made, I see 3 lessons that I learned along the way, and I want to share them with you. The first lesson is to let go of reservations. After 20 amazing years, my first career as a musician ended. I lost my sense of purpose. I was faced with a question that many of you may have asked yourselves, what now? I was afraid that my best days were behind me. I was also getting sober at the time, so I was starting over in many ways. It was a really humbling time. One lone clapper. Thank you. So while I was figuring out what to do with my life, I decided to take one class at LACC. It was a memoir writing class with one of my favorite professors, Joe Ryan. At first, I was embarrassed to be a returning student. I thought that it just meant I was too old to go back to school. But in that class, I met people of all ages and all origins. I was the only one that was telling myself I didn't belong. When I realized that, I was able to fully commit to being a student without reservations. And I hope that we can all keep moving on without reservations as we continue to navigate uncharted territory. The second lesson is to ask for help. When I came back to school, I was totally lost, but I had to set aside my pride. Even though I was intimidated, I went to office hours. I showed up to every tutoring event that was available to me, and even some that weren't, like the STEM Center. Not a STEM student, but sorry, but thank you. I really love chemistry now. I also really wanted to support myself through school. But even between my job and moving to a smaller place that was farther away with 6 roommates, it was still difficult to make ends meet. Between the financial aid that I got and the scholarships from the LACC Foundation, I received the financial support that I needed to stay in school. LACC is full of resources like this: the Office of Special Services, EOP&S, and TRIO. It isn't easy to ask for help, I know, but it allows us to overcome day-to-day challenges so that we can achieve goals that are higher than we dared to imagine. The final lesson, which is probably the most important, is to get involved. Some professors inspire their students to go above and beyond, to forget about the grade, and to learn for the sake of learning. One of these people is Professor David Sedgey. Yeah. If you had him, you're definitely cheering right now. I've heard so many students say that Professor Sedgey motivated them to get more involved on campus and to try harder in school. And we did. We joined the Ralph Bunche Scholars Program with Dr. Moore, Carol Dance. We volunteered in the OSS tutoring. And we participated in student government with the ASG. That's right. You guys can see why we voted for him, right? A group of us started a club called the Forever Young Psychology Club. We're a shy bunch. We wanted to customize our educational experience and make a second home for ourselves on campus. By getting involved, we were able to return the favor that LACC provided us, and we were able to make lifelong personal connections. There are many moments along the path when it's easy to lose sight of the goal. Think of one of these times. Maybe it was a test that you felt like you bombed, or a class that you just wished you could drop. Remember what your inner voice was saying at that time. Maybe you weren't smart enough, or that school doesn't even matter anymore. Now think about what you told yourself to get back on track. Remember what that voice said, because it worked. It got you here today. That's the voice you want to listen to. That's the voice that I listened to when I applied to Stanford University, and to my surprise, they accepted me, and I'm going in the fall. Thank you. By letting go of my reservations, asking for help, and getting involved, I was able to achieve a dream that was higher than I dared to imagine. I want to say thank you to the faculty, staff, and administration. And I want to
since 2011. She was elected in 2014 to represent the 30th Senate District, which stretches from Culver City to South Los Angeles and includes Century City, Cheviot Hills, the Crenshaw District, USC, downtown, and a portion of Inglewood. Senator Mitchell belongs to the Senate's official leadership, chairing the Budget, Subcommittee on Health and Human Services, and serving on the Rules, Health Insurance, and Labor Committee, very powerful committees. She also founded the Senate Select Committee on Women and Inequality. This is really something. All 49 bills that Senator Mitchell has delivered to the governor's desk during her 5 years in the legislature has been signed into law. Most of these bills have focused on expanding human services, women's reproductive rights, environmental justice, fighting and trafficking of minors and undocumented, and above all, reducing the number of children growing up in poverty. Senator Mitchell's interest in giving back
to my homegirl, President Martinez, Trustee Fong, Mr. President, all of the officials today, and most importantly you, the 846 degree candidates and your families and friends. You know, as I look out really into this amazing vast gathering, I can't help but think about all of the Angelinos whose lives have been made better by this institution. Like you, Trustee Fong, my own mother, in the mid-50s found her way here to what she and her group affectionately referred to as City. She found her way here from Jefferson High School because she was an East Side girl, and working at a zipper factory in downtown Los Angeles. Her associate's degree from LACC led her to a bachelor's from USC in 1958 and a 40-plus year career in public service. That allowed her to transition her family from renters to homeownership and a whole lot more. So for me, it's truly an honor to be able to join you as LA City College sends forth into the world yet another class of students who have successfully demonstrated the ability to master academic work the old-fashioned way. You earned it. So from this day forward, you should know that what you want, you can have. What you attempt, you can achieve. And what you dream, you can make happen. Because you know, in high school, you were guided, you were pushed, you were watched over, and proceeded from freshmen to seniors. Whether that brought you directly to LACC or whether you came by another route, a little longer route that may have included raising a family, a mid-career change, or a desire to return to school to keep a promise you made to yourself. The point is that you've learned here academically an amazing amount of work and information. But for me, the most important takeaway from this experience is that you got you here. You did it. And this is the beginning, a new beginning for all of you. Now, I don't mean that you didn't have help and support, prayers from those who were here sitting behind you, lifting you up, encouraging you, dragging you across the finish line perhaps. And Dr. Smith asked you all to acknowledge those who were here and supported you today. I'm going to ask you to do something a little different. I'm going to ask you to pause just for a moment and think about the person who helped you, who guided you, who broke off some money when you needed to buy that extra book for science class, whatever, who's not here today. All of us have those people in our lives. Someone who couldn't be here today for whatever reason. I want you to pause for a minute and bring them into this space with you today. Because without that person who couldn't be here for whatever reason, you might not be here either. In fact, right now, I think also your parents need to pause and recognize that there was someone who helped them with you. If it wasn't for my godmothers, my aunties, my mothers, helping me understand what it means to be a parent, helping give me grace and patience and patience and patience. So all the moms and dads and everyone, you too pause and bring that person who's no longer with us, who couldn't be here today, into the space to understand that without them, you couldn't have done what you did to make these 846 graduates successful. So again, today for many of you is the culmination of a major, major achievement in your life. And it's your win. Having earned your associate's degree, you now know that what you can summon is a vision, the discipline, and the resources to succeed when you set your mind to it. That's an enormous achievement and an even more enormous responsibility. From now on, your life is your sculpture, to imagine as you wish, to shape as your skills allow, and to complete on your own terms. I know many of you are concerned about what's next, and that's exactly where your head should be. I urge you to choose to make living your life's work. And as you have done up to this point, you gave it your all, your very best. We expect you to continue to do so. So, on a personal note, I'm going to make the big 52 this summer. And I don't know about you, but with every birthday, every milestone, it gives me cause to pause, to reevaluate kind of where I am in my personal journey. And as Oprah says, this is what I know for sure. Work is not something to be endured or avoided. It's what the human spirit is designed for. It's the only way for any of us to leave our personal mark on the world during the brief time we're here. So whether it's being a stay-at-home mom or dad, a veteran, or running for president of the United States, it's what gives our life meaning. Life has only the meaning you give it, so choose to give it all you've got. That means choosing a career that will, of course, support you and your family, but one that will also uplift your spirit and instill a sense of purpose, a sense of worth. I believe that you'll only be able to find a career that's meaningful and worthy of the skills and discipline you've acquired if it's an endeavor that gives to the world more than you take from it. Because one day, you'll have that man in the mirror moment, and you'll have that conversation with yourself, and a question will arise that demands to be answered truthfully. Have I done my best? Is my community a better place because I lived in it? Can my fellow Californians believe that building this campus, instructing me in these arts, invested in me through their taxes and tolerance was worth their while and their investment? Don't live your life as if at the end you hope to feel good about your contributions to this planet. Rather, live each day as if it's your final achievement, your last opportunity to really score big. Because of my life experience, I realized early on that I wanted to work to empower those whom society traditionally expects to follow rather than to lead. Women, children, people of color, the disenfranchised. Poet Maya Angelou left us wise advice when she said, "We have to confront ourselves. Do we like what we see in the mirror? And according to our light, according to our understanding, according to our courage, we will have to say either yay or nay and rise." So now it's your turn, graduating class of 2016. What goal worthy of your talents will become your life's work? The world's a harder place than when I took up my challenge. We had not yet pushed the planet to the edge of destruction by overusing its resources and failing to heed nature's warnings. You are coming of an age at a time when even longtime allies lodge grievances against us. You are the first generation of global citizens. The internet has flattened the borders of our world. For every job you seek, there will be applicants from India, Brazil, and China, some of whom speak English better than you and I, and they speak other languages as well. For every idea you strive to bring into reality, there will be others out there who are also learning how to use the Silicon Valley's newest invention online, just like you. So let's talk a little bit about the assets you take from now that give you the competitive edge you'll need to succeed.
Wendy Lopez.
Fernanda Benini.
Hey!
Rocio Calao.